Hello, Sacred Souls. Welcome to another morning Inspo. I'm Auji, and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If this video, if this reading resonates with you, so let's get right into it. Let's get this affirmation of the day. What is the affirmation of the day for Libra? I wanted you guys write down the affirmations or what it says. I am proud of myself and my achievements. I am proud of myself and my achievements. What is my proudest achievement? How can I remind myself of this when I feel discouraged? I am proud of myself and my achievements. Okay. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get right into it. Alright, today I'm going to be using the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. Okay. First question is, what is Libra feeling? What is Libra feeling? What is Libra feeling? Clarity. You know, for the past couple of days, I've been forgetting to eat. Never happens. Never happens to me. Okay, so some of you guys are getting some type of, you have clarity and you have adjustment. And you are releasing the illusion. That's just the overall energy is you releasing the illusion. You releasing the illusion to stay stuck in a certain type of pattern. We talked about patterns a lot this past week. Just patterns, understanding a pattern. So for some of you guys, now you have clarity and now you're releasing the illusion. And illusion has a lot to do with your past. It's a lot to do with what you're looking back at. It has nothing to do with your present or your future. It's some type of past. So this could be some type of past hurts. This could be a past idea of yourself. Remember, the self and how you imagine the self is very heightened at this time. How you imagine yourself. Are you stuck back in the past? Are you just looking at past life mistakes, or are you really honoring yourself? Are you proud of yourself and your achievements? You got the affirmation here. I'm proud of myself and my achievements. So some of you guys, you understand this illusion. And for some of you guys, you're understanding your mind, okay? Not only are you moving forward, but you're planning to move forward in a more comfortable way, in a more way of ease that brings you ease. At the bottom of the deck, yes, you got calming the waters. You have peaceful self-regulation. And I do want to read that from the book too. It says, the High Priestess of Light brings her deeper powers of healing energy to the earth and to your life. The elk antler she wears on her golden crown acts as an antenna. Acts as an antenna. They receive guidance and power from the universal light, which she then channels into the earth and waters below. Her peaceful intentions are of balance and alignment. As she brings peace to the planet, she also calls you to calm the waters within your own life. It is time for you to take an honest look at your daily energy. Are things too hectic for you to maintain a calm approach to your tasks? You may feel you have no control, but you can and must regulate the pace of your everyday activities. That's what that planning more for the future, so you can do it more in a sense of ease, okay? Always devoting some of your time to your own peaceful priorities. The waters of life run deep, and there are often deeper personal lessons than you may be aware of. You do have the ability to be self-directed, set boundaries, create balance, and stay calm and spirit connected, even in the middle of personal and professional storms. In the face of unending and sometimes frantic demands of life, this card is telling you to stop and trust in the unwavering truth of your soul's universal connection. Your peaceful yet profound faith will calm the swirling waters and bring the blessed resolutions you desire. I have the infinite source of peace and calm within me. I direct my life with balance each day. Okay. So for some of you guys, you could have gotten some clarity on a situation that happened a while ago. I'm feeling like whatever clarity that you get, either you were in a storm and you got the clarity on how to ease the storm, how to calm it, you release the illusion, or there was something that you got, there was something you were pondering on and you finally get that clarity. But I do feel moving forward, you're taking a more peaceful approach. You're planning because something didn't sit well with you. How you were moving in your past, this could be recent past, like how you were moving, it just didn't sit well with you. It just brought up too much anxiety and you need peace. Some of you guys could be moving slower through your day, like just enjoying your day. Some of you guys were always rushing, okay? And not moving too slow. I mean, you're getting things done, but just enjoying, taking time, understanding the time you thought you didn't have, you did have. What does Libra need to release? What does Libra need to release? Death and rebirth. Okay. Darkness to light. Harvest. The gatherer of blessings. And precognition, psychic ability, future visions. Okay, so I have two things going on here. I feel like just like adjusting the moment, Libra, you're going through a total rebirth, like a total rebirth. The darkness that's coming to light here, I feel like you could be grabbing a hold of your shadow. And I feel like for this phase of your life, you just need your shadow there with you. And you can't do this with just your higher self. You need your shadow there as well. But I do feel like you're going through a huge rebirth, analyzing the past. Okay, self-reflecting. There's a beautiful death that's happening as well. Like I said, you get some clarity, you release. Death is like you release the illusion. That's a death. When you release some type of illusion, and without the illusions, for some of you guys, this is let me know, for some of you guys, the illusions have been held on for a long, long time. When you get this epiphany and you start walking in this new type of energy, this is going to be new territory. This is not going to be territory that you've already crossed, and I already know the bends. I know what the house up the road looks like. No, this is new territory. You have never been here before. You have never even thought to think this way about a certain thing. But life has brought you here, and now you're thinking this way. And this way brings you to some type of harvest, the gathering of blessings. This is what is here. You have precognition. I do want to look this up. A lot of you guys do have some type of psychic ability. A lot of you guys do have the ability to look into the future. Those things that you're getting, those hunches, those beautiful ideas, those things that you're like, I know that's going to be good. That's not just a thought for you to just, think about and just let go. For some of you guys, these things are sitting in your belly because you actually deserve these harvests. And usually the universe, God is going to bless us with a seed. So those seeds come in thoughts. The urge to do something. The urge to go to this new place. The urge to just do that. A thought about this. A creative idea. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Precognition. It says the Egyptian priestess on this card has developed a profoundly heightened psychic ability. She looks peacefully into the light, hovering over her right hand, where images of the future reveal themselves. A soft glow emanates from her throat center and brow chakra, radiating from beneath her hawk headdress. The hawk aids her in reaching higher levels of consciousness. This messenger bird represents expansive psychism and future vision. This card indicates that you are now capable of reaching new heights of intuition and precognitive ability. In fact, you may have already noticed flashes of insight and deeper awareness. If so, trust the information you receive and let yourself look even deeper into the potential of meanings of your future visions. There may be important messages coming your way. These may take time to form. These may take the form of guidance about future choices or inspirations about creative or career related or personal projects. Remember that spark of creativity, that idea, that brilliant idea you have, this career related or personal project that you just have to do, or maybe you have to get into this field. Remember that your soul vibrates at a level of spirit connection. For this reason, this card may also indicate a potential career involving psychic or intuitive practices. In fact, you have had such careers in your past lives. Know that your soul is calling you to reconnect. Take time to meditate more so you can peacefully receive. Let yourself trust your growing intuition. The spirit world is open to you, ready to reveal your future potential and all that you need to know now. Okay? So, these things, these new ideas, I feel like releasing some type of old thing. I feel like this beautiful, for some of you guys, you're going through a rebirth. And in this rebirth, you're going to be hit with all these visions, creative ideas, and it's leading you to your harvest. For some of you guys, you may be called to have a career or have a, be a psychic, intuitive, light working career. But for some of you guys, this is the rebirth and it's bringing you to your harvest. It's bringing you one step closer. It's gathering all your blessings together. But all that comes from releasing an illusion from the past. There was something that you were holding on to, and this is a whole new idea. This is just like an epiphany that some people have, okay? It's an awakening moment. For some of you guys, this can be a dark night of the soul that you're going through, and this dark night of the soul is bringing you to shed more pieces of your ego. For you, it's the shedding of your ego, and it's you becoming in union. It's a conversation with your higher self. And in this time, it's a lot of things that happen to us because, number one, we forget who we are. So if you ever been in a place where who you were, like you just don't know who you are anymore, you know, if you get to a place where you start losing control, you can't really take the things that you normally took. Okay. Things are you're seeming more like sensitive now. Also, you're losing this type of identity. Relationships around you are changing. You may be losing very, very significant relationships, okay? And it almost feels like you're going through an identity crisis. Like, who am I? How did I get here? How could I get out? For some of you guys, you're in that place to release an illusion, to gain some type of clarity. Just know that on the other side of this, you're going to be in more love with yourself, more one with yourself, more on your path. And the best way to actually find comfort in this time where a lot of us go through, some of us are more silently than the others, but everybody goes through this. The way to actually just get through this smoother is embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace that you've come here to this point and you're here to heal. You're here to grow, okay? And more than anything, you're here to just relax. Just relax. Just be still. Try not to judge yourself. Treat your body right. Eat the right foods and things like that. But in this light moment, it brings you to your harvest. So with this coming up, I feel like some people are just getting into it, but I do feel like some people are about to come out, or they're reaching some type of point where they've seen a light, where now they're not in darkness anymore. They're kind of like, they have some type of illumination. It's almost like the star energy. What does Libra need to welcome more of into their lives? balance. And the illuminated path. Opening your heart. Deep connections, water blessings. This is just strongly where you need to balance being on your path and also creating these deep, open-hearted connections. For some of you guys, when you get on your path, when you get on your grind, you cut off. It's a part of you. It's like, I just could hear 50 Cent. And it says, show no love, love will get you killed. Okay? It's almost like that type of thing when you get into this type of, this role of trying to get what it is you want, trying to get ahead in life. For some of you guys, you can cut off that part of you. You could have been taught that, okay? You could have been taught that, you know, the more you show, that's how people hurt you. For some, I've been seeing a lot of memes about betrayal. And a lot of people have been saying the funny thing is about betrayal is it doesn't come from your enemies. It comes from the people you love. So when those things like that happens, a lot of people will close themselves off because we know betrayal comes from opening. In order to be betrayed, you have to open your heart to even be betrayed, you know, in order to be, to have somebody be disloyal or untrustful. What was it? Lose your trust. You have to give them trust. You have to open up and, you know, show trust and give them trust and all that stuff. So it comes in giving and receiving. So some of you guys could have closed off of that giving part. And still, we're human beings. We're all expecting to receive these things. We're expecting to receive loyalty. We're expecting to receive honesty. But we've cut off that part of ourselves where we're out, where we're not giving it out, where we're opening up ourselves to actually receive it. So we're not giving it out. No. We've closed off ourselves, but we're giving that out. Sorry, I'm not confused somebody. But there has to be some type of balance. And I feel like for some of you guys, you're realizing that balance. You're realizing that you took an approach to life that cut you off for some type of connections, that stopped you from opening up your heart. And Spirit is basically saying that you can do both. You can definitely do both. You can create balance in both. You can have both. You can have the deep connections, okay? And then you can still be going on your path. For some of you guys, this is a path that you've never been on. Like I said, this territory, this is, you know, unwalked territory. Nobody has been on this land. This is fresh, new land for you. Okay, you've never been here. This is a whole new idea. This is a whole new understanding. Whole new. It's all new. So these people you come in contact with, they're going to be new too. Okay, these people you come in contact with, you probably aren't going to know them. These are going to be new people that you come in contact with. You aren't going to know them. Or this could be old relationships where you realize what happens when we go through this dark night of the soul, or we go through this rebirth, okay, that we all go through. We realize our relationships. We realize if we have to change in those relationships, if we have to show up differently in those relationships, or if we have to show up less in those relationships. And for a lot of us, we're going to realize that there's a lot of relationships that we have to show up less in, because there's a lot of relationships, and once we throw away the illusion, we realize what we've been holding on, what we've been tolerating, what we've been accommodating, okay, and just what's not going to work right now, because this is like a rebirth here, and some certain things aren't going to work for you right now. And it looks like somebody is going in where they're opening up to new relationships, so many new relationships, okay? Maybe a person is starting over, all right? And they're trying to build these deeper relationships. They realize that their relationships that they have, it just wasn't serving them. Maybe they picked their relationships out of fear, out of lack, out of just not having. And that relationship staying in that type of state could be toxic for them. But this is telling you that you can have both. You can go through, you can get what it is that you want, and you can open up your heart. Now, everybody is out to get you because of what you've been through in the past. Everybody doesn't have that type of mindset. Just because you've dealt with that, and a lot of people, we've dealt with people close to us doing that. So we're like, okay, if my people close to me can do this, then ain't no telling what a stranger can do. But I can be the ones to say, strangers are going to show up first. Strangers are going to support you more. Okay? I know that strangers do show. It be the strangers. It be the people that we do not know. Okay, that will show up, that will support you, that will be there, that will listen to you, that won't judge you because they have no perceived notion. A lot of people judge us when they know us because they have this perceived notions. They don't give us room to grow. Okay, I always end up looking like a fool because I always try to give people room to grow because I know that I'm growing at a rapid rate. So who am I to say that this person isn't growing on a rapid rate? I know they've been full of shit before, but maybe they're growing on a rapid rate. Maybe they got an epiphany. And most of the times I be wrong. But still, I still get people that I just couldn't be like, I'm the only one growing. You know, I just couldn't say, I couldn't, you know, I just can't take that stance. I'm like, what? Huh? You're not the only one growing? Or I'm the only one learning a lesson, or I'm the only one. No. I always give space for people. Give people grace. What is that? Yeah. That's giving people grace. What is the major blockage for Libra? What is the major blockage? Reclaiming your power back, Libra. For some of you guys, you've been through, some of you guys, you played the back. And reclaiming your power back after you come through this type of this rebirth, which is known as the dark night of the soul. After you come through this rebirth, reclaiming who you are, because you are very, very powerful, and you could have lived your past life not lacking that. There's also some conflict and hostilities here that's blocking your path. Okay, I do want to get into dualities, but I actually want to get into all of this. Also, for some of you guys, a blockage is love. Definitely open up that heart chakra. You can be compassionate. You can have these tender relationships coming in. Some of you guys, you're craving deep relationships, but there's a guard. We've been talking about that guard around your heart, Libra. Yeah, we've been talking about that guard around your heart. So let me get into power over difficulty. Some of you guys are having a hard time. It says this card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. Okay? The snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring to you or even be consuming you. Remember, once you go through this rebirth, you realize what relationships either you have to show up differently in or you have to show up less in. And when you realize those relationships, they do hurt. These are tender relationships. These are people that you do love. These are people that you thought like, you know, we locked in. No. If someone is bringing a toxic energy to your life, it may be necessary to let that person go or at least reduce your exposure dramatically. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it's time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you're feeling a building resentment for a job or personal task, this card is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience or even to exit it altogether. Also be mindful of all your personal patterns. Consider, we talked about those patterns too. Consider the causes of your making and the results they're creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. Yet always remember the strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here by the swans, who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures, capable of striking anything that, it was a moment in time. And I was going through a tough time at work, and I kept seeing swans. Every time I would go home, I would see a swan, and I'm just thinking, love, compatibility, relationship, this, that, and the third. But a swan is a beautiful creature that will attack anything that's capable of striking anything that attacks. It's capable of striking. It will strike you if you try to attack. Okay? You have that power as well, and this card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free from any other limiting influences holding you down. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have the power now. The affirmation is, I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and my relationships. I like that. Okay, so we're talking about this. When we came in here, you guys had clarity about releasing some type of illusion. So some of you guys are going to be seeing people for who they are. You have neglected to see a person's true colors, and spirit is hitting you. This is this person's color. This is this person's color. For some of you guys, you have been neglecting to see your own self-sabotaging ways. And for some of you guys, you've been sabotaging yourself and letting others sabotage you as well. That's usually how it goes, okay? You can't have one without the other. To me, I feel like when you put yourself in certain situations, that it kind of shows out. This is letting you know that you can stand up for yourself. You do not have to be in a situation that you don't like. If you're unhappy, you don't have to be there. You can make total adjustments. I kind of like, this would be hitting home for me. Like, you can definitely make adjustments if you're not happy. If something is too chaotic, if something is too toxic, you definitely can. And that is your right. For some of you guys to make a type of choice, you may have other people in their opinions making you feel like you're the bad guy. This is your peace. This is your life. Stress is the number one killer. And I'm just not going to be stressed out for nobody. I'm just not going to be just stressed out. I'm not going to keep walking into stress. I'm just not going to do that. I don't care what nobody thinks I should do. I don't care if somebody thinks they have the answer for what I do. I'm just not going to be stressed out for nobody at all. That's not what I'm working hard for, just to be, no, and absolutely not. So now I've gotten this type of stronger thing where I get to choose. I'm in a place where I can choose, and I get to choose. And I choose, I don't want to be stressed out. If I can have control over that stress, and control over not letting that stress come into my life, I'm not letting that stress come into my life, okay? Now we have this duality. We have this duality here. It's many meanings and misunderstanding. It says the disciple priestess Magdalena sits at the entrance to a cave, a place of retreat. The skull on her lap indicates her spiritual side, whereas the open book represents her scholarly and educated side. Her red dress and white stash beneath her are symbols of the divine feminine and divine masculine combined. Your life is also full of dualities. You are at the same time masculine and feminine, physical and ethereal. Fully human and fully divine. This card encourages you to explore all these true yet diverse aspects of yourself. It may feel strange to dive into new spiritual practices if you've always been physically oriented. An active masculine approach to life may feel unnatural if you've always been traditionally in a more reflective and feminine mode. But these deeper layers to yourself now long to be expressed and opening up to these experiences. You will tap into more important, previously unknown strengths and talents and widen the scope of your spiritual and personal and even your professional life. Finally, there's a message of warning in this card. Distorted perceptions. Magdalena, or Mary Magdalene, has been historically misunderstood, called a prostitute when she was actually an educated landowner. Be conscious of the ways you may be misunderstood, and be courageous in your intention to live your life, your own life, and stand in your, that's what I'm saying. For some of you guys, you may have been misunderstood your whole life, and you could be holding on to certain things, holding on to certain people, holding on to certain situations, because you know that if you cut this off, or you know that if you do something that you feel like, okay, then I'll be moving just like they told me I was. Like, cut all that off. This is your peace. This is your peace, okay? You deserve your peace. It says you can stand in your truth. You can live in your own life. Also, beware of the misunderstandings that you carry about yourself. So for some of you guys, these are different things. I feel like the power of, and I went through this and it was a hard time. It actually was like the opening to my dark night of the soul. It was, I got into a place where I was constantly defending my character. Like, almost everything I say was offensive. Almost everything I did was taken as offense, like as an offense. And I could have just pulled. I'm surprised I still got my edges, y'all. I'm surprised I still got my edges and my skin still be glowing, because listen, I could have pulled my hair out. When you're trying to live by so many people's, and you know, you want to be a good person, you want to do the right thing. If you're honestly hurting somebody, you would want to know what it is that you're doing. If you're honestly doing something bad, you would really want to know what it is that you're doing. But some people, some things, like some people just have you misunderstood. And that's their business. It's not your business. Your business is to live your own life, okay? You can reclaim your power over this, and it does not matter what stigma somebody has on you that's making you feel like you can't, because you can, okay? There's some hostilities here. Hostilities going. Stay focused. Stay focused. There's a lot of conflict here. Somebody could definitely be upset and mad, and I feel like somebody has you misunderstood. Somebody got the wrong idea about you. And you don't even care no more. Like, as much as I get judged, I used to be upset because a lot of people used to be like, oh, she's stuck up. She's this. Set some boundaries. She's this. Now I don't even care. And I used to try to, let me not appear stuck up. Let me say something. Let me not. But now I'm just sitting in. No, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care no more. Some of you guys are not really going to care. I really don't care how anybody feels about how I'm living my life. At all. Sometimes you got to give yourself grace. I don't know why this just gave me energy, because no, I've been there. I've been there sitting down trying to figure out why I've been that. I've been there, and I've been there for a long ass time. And if you're there, Libra, what I'm going to tell you is they ain't going to never change their, whatever their view is of you. Their view is of it. That's their view of you. It's nothing you can do to change it. So stop. So stop, because you're gonna be running around like I was with a chicken with the head off, doing things, trying to appease, trying to do this, taking in, and instead you taking in all this stress. No, let a person think about you exactly what they are. What you think about yourself matters. And if you're misunderstanding yourself, if you're letting another person's chatter get into your own self-talk, then it's time for you to fix that. It's time for you to get in that mirror and remind yourself who you are. Remind yourself of your power, to reclaim your power back. Because these people that lost their mind out here. Who or what is helping Libra? Who or what is helping Libra? I knew this was going to come out. See, I always say God has a beautiful sense of humor. It's usually the hostilities and the conflicts, that the chaos that erupts around you, that's going to get you to find some grounding. It's going to get you to understand how easily you are moved at something, how easily you're moved, and you're like, no, I need to be a little bit more secure in that area. Also, for some of you guys, for a lot of you guys, there's going to be some type of conflicts that's going to bring your shadow to the forefront, and your shadow's going to say, this is what I've been trying to tell you, but you don't listen to me. You all automatically think I'm problematic. You automatically think I'm wrong. I'm impulsive. This is what I've been trying to say. And yeah, I say it in, your shadow says it in its own special way. But I feel like there's some type of chaos. There's some type of shaking going on that's noticing that you're realizing how unstable you are, how quickly moved you are, how quickly... how tender your buttons can be. Why is that coming up? And what's triggering? What triggered? Those triggers, that's information. When you get triggered to something, that's information, okay? That's valuable information. Why are you triggered? What's happening? Looking back. For some of you guys, these past conflicts that you went through in your past. Like I said, for some of you guys, you get some information on your past. You get some information on your past. You get some information on a relationship that's always been going a certain type of way. And you get this information, and now going forward, you set those necessary boundaries that you should have always set. But we ain't here to fault ourselves. We doing it now. Setting your boundaries is going to help you. Especially with these old conflicts. For some of you guys, it has a lot to do with people. I don't know why I've been getting like energy. People just been your energy. You have to set these boundaries in order to continue on your sacred purpose and also achieve your goals. You must set this boundary. And so for some of you guys, it could be shaking so bad because Spirit has been telling you to set this boundary. And you've been like, no, it's fine. Not them. No, not that person. No, not them. No. And then Spirit like, yeah, you're going to see. Yes, them. Who or what is hurting, Libra? Something could be shaking so bad because right now you have to. Some of you guys are having growing pains. You got the wings of light becoming something new. Yep. This is just growing pains. Libra is growing pains. Okay. This is the dance of life. Circle of eternal joy. This is where you're going. And I feel like if the conflicts are hurting you, growing and making adjustments in those types of relationships. I mean, if the conflicts are helping you, growing and making adjustments in those type of relationships, having certain relationships that you have to look back and you like, I have to create a boundary around this relationship. Some of these things are going to throw you for a loop. They're going to like come up out the blue. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this relationship, this is the relationship I have to create boundaries in front of. It's going to be relationships that you never thought that would change in a certain type of way. And sometimes that idea can be very, very painful. It's very painful. It's very painful to understand. It's very painful to swallow. But these are growing pains. Having the courage to do this can definitely be painful for you. So for some of you guys, these are close relationships. But do it and watch how your vibration rises. Watch how happy, how much lighter you feel. How much present you feel in your everyday life. You never knew that relationship was having that much of a toll on you, huh? But wait till you create boundaries around it. And you feel so much lighter. You feel so much alive. Okay. I've been rapping, y'all. So, last but not least, what are the next steps for Libra. What are the next steps for Libra? Deeper connections. Being able to open your heart to have deeper connections. And also you have precognition. Some of you guys have a psychic ability. Some of you guys have a gift. Okay? And you definitely need to go. You definitely need to do something. Some of you guys been asking me, hey Auji, I've been wanting to do my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to, hurry up, do it so we can connect, so we can do something together. Do it. Just put it out there. Okay? You got innovation at the bottom of the deck, and that is what I want to read. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Have innovation. This is new creations here. Okay, it says the priestess of the mind extends her hand upward, the light from her palms sending two hawks flying in the opposite direction. Beautiful golden orbs hover over and around her head, marking a time of great confidence and mental activity for you. You are being guided by spirit to explore new directions of invention and creation. Your invention may come in the form of a wide variety of endeavors, such as a new business, a medical discovery, a new computer game, or the founding of a charitable agency. Anything from a musical composition to a real estate development could be among the types of innovations springing in your mind at this time. You may even be thinking about going to school for a special degree or certification. If so, know that you are certainly capable of achieving it. You may find yourself conflicted as you consider two very different paths, both brimming with potential. The hawks, birds of prey and war represent the inner battle regarding your choices, but your confusion is only preventing you from taking action in either direction. The nagging voice of self-doubt may be keeping you on the fence, but note how the priestess's heart center glows with confidence. This card is saying that you now have the power to make a decision and see it through. Trust in yourself and let yourself receive the guidance and information all around you. Your mind is sparking with the lights of new ideas. Listen to your heart about which plans to follow. Affirmation. I open my mind to the pipeline of new ideas available to me now. I know I am capable of both initiative and follow through. Okay? And then you got the divine feminine right behind that. All right. So whatever new ideas you're having, you have the ability to achieve them. You are birthing new creations. Okay. So that's the message that I have for you guys today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. And I will see you in my next video.